It's a beautiful bacon day, Cookie Crusaders. Today I want to come to you guys and talk to you about a little bit more of a serious topic than I have normally covered, and that is the state of the game. Now, I've been seeing some recent things about that the game is dying, that the game is going under, or that it's falling from the peak that it was at. And I kind of want to bring some different opinion and backstory to something like this and why you have to think of it in a light that it's not just something that can be automated and processed as some mega companies that exist out there. So with a game like this, they've only just barely stretched updates to a day or a few days or a little bit for certain cookies every time a new update has come out. And that concerns people in the sense that they think, oh, they're not able to keep up with the speed, or they're not able to reach new things to unload and update new cookies. But I also want to put this point out there, and this is from a game design perspective because I did game design for a couple of years, and I've had a lot of understanding of what it is this company is trying to do. They're trying to make it fair for every player, not just the old ones, but also the new ones. Consider this. If they dedicated every single resource to making sure a new cookie came out every single 2 weeks, no matter what, regardless of any bugs, regardless of any lacking animations, no pre-planning of amazing abilities or things like that, and just new things came out every single 2 weeks, the content would be insane. The amount of stuff to cover, the amount of things to learn, the amount of resources that we would have to get, it would be at a point where you could no longer afford to even play the game. Right now, the game is fair to free-to-play players and pay-to-win players. Now, for the people that have paid and that have invested into the game, they have less to do. I am one of those players, but I am not complaining about the speed of production because I have found ways to enjoy the game still. I am testing non-meta comps. I am testing rare cookies and common cookies. I am testing all sorts of abilities, all sorts of toppings, rather than just going by the same grain and by the same design. Everyone who is in that high-tier meta bracket that plays the same exact way and doesn't change up their strategy, they're missing out on things. They're saving for specific events, and they're hoarding resources to make sure that every time a new cookie comes out, they're specifically ready for that so that the new content is easily deliverable. And that is not a way to enjoy the game. That is a way to micromanage and play this game as an automated factory. And that is why, for those people, they are feeling less enjoyment from this. Now, I will give full respect to player burnout, because player burnout does happen. It can in every single game that's out there. 100% you can find ways to be burned out from all sorts of different games, and you put it down for a while, and then you go to something else. I respect that. That happens to everybody. I am not immune from that. That will 100% happen. But what I need to implore to all of you guys is that if they did it at that pace, if everything was so quick and so on time that we were always new things every 2 weeks, it would create a very bad relationship with the players and the company, because 3 years down the line, you would have hundreds of cookies to the point where you would think, man, I don't even know what to choose anymore. There's so many different things that you would just feel lost. And if you were a new player joining, imagine the stress of thinking, wow, these players have 2.5, 3 years of distance on me, and I can't even remotely think on how to catch them. I have to get 150 cookies because they've now released at a very fast schedule. I have to unlock so many different options, and I have to get toppings for each of them, and I have to get cookie jellies to level all of them, and I have to unlock so many different buildings that have now been released. I understand. People want new content. People want new stuff. I respect that. I do respect that. And I'm sorry if Cookie Alliance was not that thing for you. Honestly, Cookie Alliance is more of a end player game mode. The fact that players who are at the top ranks have still not gotten to wave 60 and don't find that to be a challenge to them to achieve, to get to, I kind of find that a little silly, because it's something that they can work towards, but instead they deem it as a bad game mode, and they think that it shouldn't really be repeating on season, and rather it should just be something completely different. And so it's pretty upsetting to see that there's a portion of the player base that is not considering this and not thinking from the developer side that they're being fair to all players. They're giving gems, they're giving crystals, they're giving rewards for your hard actions, they're giving benefits for the things you choose to do. And instead, they're not just saying, hey, we'll be back in 6 months with one super big update and you can play it, and until then, just have fun. They're doing updates monthly. It's not the same consistent schedule. It's not supremely fast. I will agree with that. But from animation standpoints, from design standpoints, from testing abilities against all the different things, when I go through and I'm testing all the data in this game, it's taking a lot of time, and I'm just one person. Even if they have a full team set up to do this, they can only go so fast, and there's still bugs that come out. You also have to consider this game has the least amount of bugs each update in comparison to a lot of other big games that I have played and seen. And for them to do that means that they are really working hard on a development standpoint to make sure that the game comes out and it's fun and as seamless as it can be for all of you. And so please don't look at this game in a sense that it's dying because the top players are impatient, because it's not consistent schedules of different content that they can make, and instead that they don't go to choose to make new content that's completely different from what we've seen before, but instead be ready for every upcoming thing, because the company, I'm almost certain the company is working to do great things for this game and for all of their products that they're working on, because they've already announced that they have more games coming, and those additional games coming means that they have to split resources, they have to hire more people and more teams, they're working on partnerships. All of that matters, and that takes away from little pieces that they have to work on other stuff. So they're not abandoning the game. They wouldn't be abandoning something that has a 30 million player base. They wouldn't be leaving behind a game that is generating them income. It would be a horrible capitalistic and company decision on every means. It just can't go at a fast pace, because if it does, then the people that would be new players will have no chance and have no reason to get into the game. And then that means that they have to specifically choose to design to only make existing players happy. And that is a hard thing to achieve without breaking the game completely. So I hope this video was informative to you guys, and I hope it's helpful. And please understand that I will continue to do everything I can to make content that is original and fun for the game, so that way between these points of updates there is something interesting for you to watch and for you to absorb for Cookie Run Kingdom until the next thing comes out. Thank you, and have a great day.